Welcome back to Zappy's Detail Garage, where today we'll be doing a full tutorial on how to properly clean your Weathertech floor mats. And as you guys can tell, this floor mat is pretty hit. It has a lot of caked in dirt that has been pushed in. So this will be a good tutorial on how to remove it and then finally put a nice protecting over it as well. Our first step will be simply just tap off all the dirt that's on the top, so that we have a somewhat clean surface that we're working with. And then next, when I go to turn on our water for the hose, you can see that I have 3 items to the left of the mat. We have a degreaser, and then to the left of the degreaser is a nice protectant dressing, which we'll get into later. And then I just simply have just any type of brush that you can either find around your house. This is specifically a tire brush that we like to use on the floor mat. It has a good angle and it's not too rough, it's not too soft, it's just perfect for what we're trying to do. Once we turned our hose on, we're simply just going to rinse off the mat to try to loosen up any loose debris, try to rinse it off as best as we can. As you can tell, I'm kind of lifting it up so that way the water can simply just run off the mat, so it's not just a pool of water sitting on the floor mat. I'm going to give it a good rinse. You can also use a pressure washer. A pressure washer is preferred. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to show you how you guys could easily clean these mats at your own home with tools that you have laying around. Once you're done giving it a good rinse, we're going to then get into spraying some good degreaser onto the floor mat. The degreaser that we'll be using today is Zappy's orange degreaser. We're going to be liberally spraying this degreaser on the floor mat. The reason why is because Weathertechs are notorious for having just dirt that will not be removed easily. I have never been able to clean a Weathertech floor mat. I just had one pass. It typically takes about 2 to 3 passes to make sure I get all the dirt scrubbed off. I don't know why, but with Weathertech floor mats, it's some type of material or whatever they're using. The dirt just gets pushed in and it is extremely difficult to remove. Now, we've tried about a bunch of different degreasers. Some work very well, but for some reason, with the chemical that we manufactured, we made it a little bit stronger. That way it can actually break down this dirt a lot faster for us. So when it comes to scrubbing, we're not scrubbing for hours on this specific mat. Now, like I've said before in previous videos, we're always going to be working on a cool and wet surface. We never really want our degreaser to be applied onto anything hot, because it could potentially flash and then damage the material, whatever we're working on. Now, we're just going to let this product dwell, let it do its work, so it's less work on us, and then we're going to get right into actually scrubbing the mat now. Now, I'm just going to pre-wet the brush. This isn't needed, I just like to, so we get some more suds, and I'll just apply a little bit more on our brush that we're going to be using. And then I'm going to be going in an up and down motion, and then also going to go side to side. The reason is I'm going to be trying to go with the grooves of the Weathertech. You can see there's little indents on there. And I'm just going to go up and down and then side to side. And then we'll just be scrubbing it. That way we get a good scrubbing on it, try to hit all the areas, and then we'll just rinse it off when we're finished. While I speed up this clip of me scrubbing this floor mat like crazy, I just want to quickly mention to you guys that all the products, tools, and chemicals that we use in this video to make this floor mat look absolutely perfect are going to be linked below, so that way you guys can try them out at your own home or in your professional setting. Now we will simply just rinse off the floor mat, remove any chemicals or dirt that we just scrubbed off, and then we'll let the floor mat dry, and then we'll check out our results. Now this floor mat is looking way better, but like I mentioned before, Weathertech floor mats are notorious for being very difficult to clean. So this is why I always let the floor mat completely dry and then check what areas I have to hit again. So you can see in the little indents and then also on the top of the floor mat I missed. there's still some dirt caked in there. So then what we'll do is that we'll just hit it with chemical again and start scrubbing again, and then we'll be finished. I went ahead and wet the floor mat again a bit, and then applied chemical, let it dwell, and then I grabbed a smaller brush to try to get in those little cracks and crevices that I missed before. So I'll just be scrubbing again, trying to get those little grooves, and then this should be the trick. And then once we're done scrubbing all those little cracks we missed, this floor mat should be perfectly clean with no dirt left. Now, if you're at home and you don't feel like doing this second pass to try to make the floor mat completely clean, that's perfectly okay. But as professional detailers, detail is in the name, so we're going to try to get this floor mat looking absolutely perfect, either brand new or even better than brand new. That's why we're taking our time doing these Weathertech floor mats, where we're going to take about 2 to 3 passes sometimes, just to make sure that all the dirt is off. Because we never apply a dressing over a dirty floor mat, we always make sure this floor mat is actually truly clean. Now we will simply just rinse off the floor mat, just how we did on our first pass, and then we'll check our results. Alright, so we checked the results, everything looks perfect, floor mat looks absolutely brand new. Now this is an actual really cool step. So typically a lot of detailers, they'll completely dry off the floor mat and then apply their protective dressing. Now with this product, Zappy's Lavish protective dressing is actually truly highly concentrated. So if you were to use it in its purest form, it would give you really high shine. But if you were to dilute it, it would give you a nice matte, dry to the touch finish. So you could tell that I actually did not even dry this mat off. While the mat was still wet, I just applied the product and I'm just rubbing it in right now in all the cracks and crevices, making sure that it gets a nice even coating. So this product is perfect for floor mats because, like I mentioned, it is highly concentrated. So once you apply it to a floor mat, it automatically dilutes itself to the matte, dry to the touch finish. So this product is perfect for floor mats, especially Weathertech's. Once we are done applying the Lavish protective dressing, we would then let the actual floor mat completely dry. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to use a little blow dryer of our own, just to blow dry it so it completely dries the floor mat, so that way you guys can see how this floor mat looks when it's actually dry and it's not wet at all, because a dry floor mat actually shows true results of how it's going to look. So I'm just going to be blowing this off real quick so you guys can see how this floor mat looks with nice good degreaser being cleaned with it, and then applying a nice protective dressing over it that's going to give it a matte, dry to the touch feeling. Now we're finally finished. We can finally see the final results of cleaning a Weathertech floor mat. Now you guys can see how easy it is. All you need is a good degreaser, a scrub brush, some water, and a nice protective dressing that isn't going to leave a greasy, slick feeling. This floor mat looks absolutely perfect. It looks absolutely brand new. It is completely clean. We did not just apply a dressing over it. It is absolutely perfect. Now I'll just roll a clip of what the floor mat looked before so you guys can see how bad this floor mat actually was. Now if you guys like more content like this, hit the subscribe button, like to the channel. That way we can give more videos and how-tos of how to professionally clean your products at home or even a professional setting. Thanks so much, and see you guys in the next one.